Hello, my name is Oliver Stevens. I come from Guatemala. I'm an artist. I'm currently based in Berlin, Germany. My work is very much centered around concepts of cultural identity as seen through the lens of historic architecture. In fact, I am trained in architecture, specifically the conservation and restoration of historic buildings and monuments. Central to my practice is the use of modeling paste, which is my primary medium. In fact, in my eyes, I see the use of modeling paste as an act of construction in of itself. Using this texture, as well as color and materiality, I take old floor plans and maps of historic cities and buildings, and I attempt to talk about or bring up concepts of the history that makes these places significant as places of cultural identity. In this triptych I am presenting here in Venice, I examine the historic architecture of Berlin, a city I now call my home, specifically these three buildings that actually all three occupied the exact same place in the heart of Berlin. Chronologically, first, we begin with the Berliner Schloss, or the Castle of Berlin. This was the seat of the Prussian emperors and existed until 1950, when it was demolished by the Russians out of fear for the significance it has as a symbol of Prussian identity. The demolition was in fact later called a shameful demolition because it turns out that they falsified documents that claimed that the building was too far damaged during the bombing of Berlin to possibly be restored, despite strong protests by the citizens of the city who still viewed this building as a strong symbol of their culture. The Russians went ahead with the demolition of this piece of history. Later, on the very same plot of land, was the construction of the Palace of the Republic, or the People's Palace. This, in stark contrast to its predecessor, was meant to be a very welcoming and egalitarian place. Not only was it the seat of power for the Parliament of the German Democratic Republic, but it was also a shopping mall, a place with restaurants and bowling alleys, literally drawing people in. Much like the concepts of their government, which was meant on its face to look very egalitarian, there was a deep rot that essentially made it unviable. In the case of this building, that rot was actually asbestos, which meant that the building was quite literally toxic. In 2006, this building was too demolished. Once again, this piece of the heart of Berlin laid empty. That is not the case anymore, as in 2021, the Humboldt Forum has opened its doors. The Humboldt Forum is quite significant as a symbol of modern Berlin. On its face, it restores the facade of the old imperial palace, but on the inside, it is a modern and dynamic space meant to celebrate world culture, innovation, and progress, much like the city of Berlin today. As I said, in my mind, all these buildings represent cultural identity. And in my opinion, especially in these trying times, understanding our cultural identity, understanding who we are together, is fundamental to understand where we're going in the future. Thank you.